Gozaimasu. Good morning. I am waiting to make sure that we are live. It still says 0 viewers here on my phone, so I think that's not correct. But if you are indeed watching this and if you hear me, please let me know in the chat. It's a pretty gloomy day here, but at least no rain like yesterday, so that's good. And yay! Super Comet can hear me. Yari can hear me as well. That probably means the entire world can hear me, so that's great. So yes, we are here in Ueno. I'm on this little pedestrian bridge overlooking the station area. Probably recognize this from the thumbnail. It's been a while since my last visit to Ueno actually. Lovely day. I wouldn't say it's lovely. It could be a bit bluer sky, then it would be more lovely. But yeah, it's okay. It's the weather is decent, and it's still relatively early over here, so 11:15 in the morning. Usually most shops actually open around 11, so kind of city life is just starting. So the plan today is to walk around Ueno a little bit. Probably first I'll do this station area, and then I'll head over to Ueno Park, and then from there I might walk all the way down to Akihabara. Maybe. I'm planning to have a look at second-hand camera lenses there today, since I'm in the area anyway. So yeah, in that case I might as well walk all the way there. So that's the plan for today. Wow, Yari, you're busy upgrading your computer. What are you upgrading to? 美術館の方に行きますか。そうですね、美術館って公園の中ですよね。あの辺も行きます。So yeah, autumn is really here now, that's for sure. Doesn't look like there will be any hot days with like over 30 degrees anytime soon, so that's quite nice. I prefer autumn way more than summer. Are you looking for a specific lens? Not really. I'm looking for, so I'm gonna go to Kyushu next week again, and it will be a lot of hiking, so I want to carry a small and light kit as possible. So I'm planning to get some like longer lens, which isn't as heavy as the ones I have now. I already have a 70-200 2.8 and also 70-300, but both of those are pretty heavy. So I'm actually thinking about just getting like a really cheap APS-C camera body and lens. We'll see, it depends on what they cost, but if I can get something with a bit of reach, and even the cheap APS-C cameras are usually good enough. I just want something to complement my kit lens for the Nikon Z7. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So we'll see. Like, it's not like a must, but if I can find something small and light that will give me 300 or 400 millimeter equivalent reach for cheap and with decent image quality, then I will probably pick that up. Laura, yay, welcome. So weather update. It says 23 degrees. Huh. What's for breakfast? The usual. We basically have the same breakfast every day at home. which is oatmeal porridge, boiled egg, orange juice, and coffee. Pretty simple, but at least we do a lot of variation with the topping on the oatmeal. Planning on doing live stream videos full time? No, not. I don't really plan on doing that. I mean, I'm doing it every day, which is nice and fun, and I will keep doing it for as long as I enjoy it. But I don't know, full time. What does that even mean? Like, as long as I'm here in Japan and there's other work coming, I will keep doing other work, and that will probably be the main source of income for me. So YouTube is more like a little side gig. Oh wait, there's actually a kind of nice view if I go down here. Full-time 8 hours walking. Yeah, 8 hours walking every day would be kind of tiring. Hey Jenny, good that you could make it today as well. So Ueno today, so a little walk around Ueno Park, and then I probably walk along Ameyoko towards Akihabara. So here you can see that's Yodobashi, that corner building, and next to Yodobashi there's Ameyoko, which is the biggest outdoor market street in Tokyo. So I'll be heading there soon. Would you be interested in doing architectural tours? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about architecture, so I wouldn't really be a good guide for that kind of tours, I guess. But maybe, yeah. If there's like any areas with interesting buildings, and if there's like requests for it, I would consider it. Do you keep track on how many steps you do while you stream? Yes, I do. I usually wear my Fitbit, so it's counting the steps for me. So usually my average is, I would say, between 15 to 20,000 steps per day. But obviously that's not just the stream, that's like all the walking I do outside of the streams as well. Is Japan expensive? It really depends on what you compare it with. For me as a Swede, I don't think Japan is particularly expensive. It's not cheap either, but it's a little bit cheaper than Sweden, because the consumption tax is so low here. You always go to filming location by bicycle, that riding yesterday. I did not ride bicycle yesterday. Maybe you're mixing me up with some other channel. So here's like, there's lots of museums around here. This is Tokyo Bunka Kaikan. Architecture here is actually quite interesting, I guess. Anyone recognized you when recording? No, never happened. is the, what's the English name of this one? The National Museum of I don't even know what a barrier support is. What game are you talking about, by the way? Paradox Interactive, that's a Swedish company. So for those of you who don't know, Ueno Park is one of the major parks in Tokyo, and it's very popular during the cherry blossom season because there's lots of cherry blossom trees here, obviously. So usually all these grass fields are really packed with people. It's quite nice. I usually don't come here for cherry blossoms because I live on the complete opposite side of town, but I've been a couple of times, and yeah, it's nice. Ah, Surviving Mars, I see. Ueno Zoo is over here. I'm not sure, I guess they're open as usual. Many people. By Tokyo standards, this is not many people at all. I love this little police box. It looks so kind of retro futuristic. I heard that tourists are allowed starting October 31st. Sorry to spoil the fun, but there's no such announcement. What they did announce is that they will allow people with long-term visas to enter the country, but that's going to be limited to just 1,000 people every day for all of Japan, and 1,000 people, that's like 2 or 3 airplanes, so it's a very, very low number of people. So about tourists, still nothing has been decided. Yeah, sorry about that. But my guess is that it will take a long time until tourists are allowed back into the country again. Ohayou gozaimasu. ついに多くの人、いや、あまり多くないと思いますけど、コロナの前を比べると、これは、あまり混んでないです。I heard there were talks about opening business travel between certain Asian countries. Yeah, it's been talks about it, but still a lot of question marks how it will actually work, and if it will be, it will probably only be business travelers first. So そうですね、今日は曇りです。Got this tiny little restaurant slash souvenir shop slash snack shop. Here's actually a little botanical garden. I've never been. In that part we have to pay a separate entrance fee. Yeah, super comet. Who knows? Next summer. I wouldn't take it for granted if I were you, but hopefully. But I think if you have a job or internship or something, like if you're coming on anything else than a tourist visa, it might be possible. If you're trying to come as a tourist, yeah, then I think that will take a long time. It's the same shrine as Nikko is famous for. Nikko Toshogu. This is the Ueno edition. It's quite nice. Yeah, I actually feel quite happy to be in Japan right now as well, like considering how bad the situation is everywhere else. Japan feels like it's kind of relatively safe and stable, so that's quite nice. そうですね、今日涼しいです。23度。寒くではないけど、ちょっと涼しい。ちょっと秋が感じている。I really like this pagoda. I like the fact that it's not painted bright red like 90% of the pagodas in Japan. Especially the Super Nintendo version. And what's the difference between Japanese shrine and Japanese temple? Different religions. Shrines are for Shintoism and temples are for Buddhism. So they have a few certain features that are different. For example, these traditional torii gates, usually brightly red painted, those are for etc. You will only find. Connection issues, you say? That's weird. Full reception here on my end, but yeah, who knows? The 4G gods are always pretty unreliable. Just wait a moment, I'll be back soon. I think I should be back now. yeah, things like that just happens. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Mobile live streaming isn't as reliable as it should be yet, but hopefully when we have 5G things will get better, I hope. Are we not? Oh, thank you, Yulson-sai. Donation to 4G gods. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much. Maybe try reloading the page if you're stuck at 720p. Should be able to stream in 1080. But maybe YouTube is just glitching out. Oh, is this place closed? That's... I don't know. Are we allowed to? Yeah, we are allowed in here. Okay, good, good. This is a nice little shrine that I wanted to show you. Oh, thank you, Serafina. Wow, everybody suddenly got so generous. Thank you. Ah, it auto-loaded to 1080. Great. See, that's what donating to the 4G gods do. I can actually walk without ducking comfortably here, which is something I can't really take for granted when passing under these gates, but yeah, these ones are pretty high. Yeah, I think of all the shrines in this park, this one is probably my favorite one. Just had a mosquito biting me. Still having connection issues. Everything looks good here on my end. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Emmett Brown. How many days will it take to go sightseeing the whole of Tokyo? Oh, that's impossible to answer. I mean, I've been here for 12 years and there's still plenty of places that I've never seen. So, you know, it really depends on how you want to I don't know how much of it you want to see. But generally, I mean, it's a massive city, so the more time you have here, the better. I would say at least try to come for 2 weeks if you can. Anything less than that, then it would feel like you probably are not gonna get a good understanding of this city. But again, yeah, it really depends on your travel habits and what you expect to, you know, see and explore when you are visiting a new city. But yeah, the longer the better. There's no such thing as staying for too long here, because you will never run out of things to see. Shibuya, Akihabara, Shinjuku, Tokyo Disney, enough. I strongly disagree with that, but I also don't really see the point in Tokyo Disney. I've never been there. I have zero interests in going there, but then again, I'm not a Disney fan, so. Hey, the Hawaiian. It's a pretty nice shrine over here as well, in this pond. So as you can see, there's like lots of variation in this park, which is one thing I like about it. Do a walking video of Nakano Broadway. I already have walking video of Nakano Broadway. Did you check that one? I made one a couple of years ago. I wish Google let me change my name. Sorry, I just enjoy teasing you and everybody else with like unpronounceable usernames. So this place is called Shinobazu Ike, or Shinobazu Pond, and it's full of lotuses. So if you come here the right season, it's really beautiful actually. Now it's, I don't know if I would say this is beautiful, but it's okay. Yeah, your Airbnb. Yeah, it's a nice park. It's a nice park, especially like for people staying in this like northeastern part of Tokyo. Then it's quite easy to go here because there's so many train lines going to Ueno. For me, it's like on the complete opposite end of the city, but I decided to go here anyway. It took me like an hour from my house to come here to the park. But since there's been a lot of people asking me to come here and stream from here, I decided to do that. Basically, I'll just be able to stream, maybe look for lenses in Akihabara for like half an hour, and then I have to head back home again. So another busy day for me. How do they keep the underage from buying beer at vending machines? Most vending machines don't have beer, and if they do, they usually require you to scan your ID or driver's license in order to buy beer. This area too is really beautiful during the cherry blossom season. Getting cold over there too. Well, it's 23 degrees today, so I don't find it cold, quite comfortable. But yeah, definitely autumn is here. Which is something I always look forward to every summer. Yeah, 23 degrees is not cold. Not for us Scandinavians. So this is basically, these are all cherry blossom trees. Or not all, but most of them. So yeah, during cherry blossom season, this little pathway is really, really beautiful. Yeah, I like this combination of greenery and nature, and then you have this like super urban skyline just next to the park. This is not Shinjuku-gyo, and this is Ueno Park. Opposite side of the city compared to Shinjuku. Can you see yourself in those boats when your daughter gets older? Yeah, sure. I like boats. It's fun to ride these things. So I'll happily do that with my daughter when she gets a bit older. Minus 30? Yeah, it can get to minus 30 in Sweden too. And actually, northern parts of Japan gets pretty cold in the winter too. Not sure minus 30, but it's minus 20, I think they get sometimes. Really far up north, northeastern coast of Hokkaido gets really, really cold. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you. I'd like to live in this park. Plenty of homeless people live in this park, I think. Yeah, Ueno Park is quite big. It is. It is. But now we are basically reaching the edge of it, and I think from here I will head down to Ameyoko and walk along the market street. Sapporo don't get that cold, but the northeastern coast of Hokkaido gets really cold. I don't think Sapporo would get minus 20, no. You can also see the tip of Tokyo Skytree over there. It's Tokyo Skytree. classic Ueno Park. Nice park, decent weather. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you, I will. Yeah, June and spring in general is also very beautiful here. It's nice to visit all year round, I think, but obviously when there's more flowers, it's even better. Not sure where the homeless people go during the day, but there's one corner of the park where there's always, like, if you come here at night, which I recommend that you do because it's very beautiful here at night actually, but yeah, if you do that, then there's one corner where there's always a bunch of drunk people. How do the police treat homeless people? I don't know. I think as long as the homeless people don't bother anyone, I don't think the police bothers them. Yeah, mostly the homeless people here are very quiet and they don't really cause much trouble. Compared to what we usually see in the West. Yeah, that's true. They often like collect empty cans or cardboard boxes or whatever and bring to the recycling points to make some money, the homeless people here. We see that quite often. Yeah, these are lotus plants. So I think I will head down here. I should get to Ameyoko. Oh, but maybe I should just... The view here is quite nice with the shrine in the middle of the pond. Oh, thank you, Endo. Thank you very much. Why sometimes you don't answer some questions? Because there's too many questions, I can't answer all of them. And also I don't see all the questions because I don't see all of the messages in the chat. YouTube usually filters some of it. そうですね、東京大学と東京芸術大学が近い。そうですね。Yeah, some of the major universities are located close to here. This area that I'm walking through now is a bit of a red light district actually. There's lots of shady shops around here. I wouldn't film here at night, but I think today, now in the daytime, it's pretty harmless. Ah, そうですか。この辺韓国人いっぱい住んでますか。知らなかった。僕は新大久保の方、韓国人が多いか分かりましたけど、この辺もそうか。知らなかった。中町通り is the name of this street. Oh, let's cross here. So now we're back at Ueno station. Ueno station is over there. $70,000 around here. That's quite cheap by Tokyo standards though. More dangerous at night. I don't know. I don't think any of the areas are dangerous as long as you're not doing anything stupid yourself.
Is available in various languages of the main office. For the safety, please do not smoke, litter, walk while using the mobile
But now we
phone,
are at
or sit in front of a shop.
Ueno, Ameyoko. So, Ameyoko, the big market street where they're selling everything from food to golfing equipment and everything in between. Usually quite a vibrant place. Do you have restrictions in place? We never had any restrictions actually. Other than, well, the only restrictions that they ever had here in Japan was that some restaurants and bars were requested to close a little bit earlier than usual. but that's it. There was never any lockdown. We were never forbidden to do anything or forced to do anything. So yeah, it's quite lively here, and I think the last month or so, life has returned more and more to normal here in Tokyo. Now, basically, the only difference is that there are no tourists. But other than that, I feel that life is pretty much back to normal in Japan. Ameyoko 漢字ストリートかな。なんか名前の歴史はなんか誰も知らないみたい。なんか飴はなんか甘いもの、キャンディーかアメリカか両方か、どうだろうね。はっきりそのなんか正しい理由が誰もわからないみたいです。So no one seems to know if this name Ameyoko, if it means like candy street. Ame means candy in Japanese, or if it's area in the post-war years, where like some American military goods supposedly were sold. So no one seemed to know exactly the reason. I wrote an article about this area a while ago, and yeah, well, from what I could read, that the reason the name is kind of contested. Yeah, like I said, it's there's no tourists, so obviously the number of people is down by a lot, especially in tourist heavy areas like this. But that's about the only difference really to everyday life compared to pre-COVID. Does the lack of tourists make the remaining Westerners stand out more? I think so, yeah. I feel that we do. Maybe not necessarily here in Tokyo, because there's a lot of Westerners here who live here. But definitely when leaving the city, I feel that I stand out much more now compared to what it used to be. So if we keep walking this direction, we will eventually get towards Asakusa. But I will walk this way, which is heading towards Akihabara. Now we're at Okachimachi station, which is the station between Ueno and Akihabara on the Yamanote line. Yeah, this neighborhood is famous for. You have lunch? I did not have lunch yet. I will after the stream. I'll probably grab something quick around here. Oh, thank you, Sid Luther. Beer or diapers? Yeah, I need both. Can you give us a sneak peek at where I'm going next week in Kyushu? No, I'd like to keep that secret for now, but it's gonna be nature. It will be rural landscapes and nature. That much I can reveal. Yes, I will do a Patreon only live today. Probably, so I was initially thinking to do it just right after this stream, but since I'm a little bit short on time right now, I need to be back home because my wife had some errands to do. So instead I'll probably I will do a Patreon live stream tonight. So I'm sorry if that means that it will be difficult for some of you to watch. Let's see if I can pass here. Yeah. A lot of people queuing up for this place, some cafe. Wonder why. This is actually quite new. They built lots of shops here under the train tracks. I think I mentioned that in another stream not too long ago. No, it's not the highway, it's the train tracks for the Yamanote line, which is the circle line that runs through many of the most well-known Tokyo neighborhoods. Interesting little shopping street here as well under the train tracks. So here they built like lots of these designers shops. Are we buffering? Is that so? No, it's working, right? yeah, Minato Mirai. I will probably go there sometime. I mean, there's just so many places to show, and there's so many things around here as well, but I can't really show everything. Have to limit where I go, and I saw that some of you wanted me to show that gemstone area, for example. Yeah, just can't show everything. I have to limit myself. This place opened, it's a while ago now, maybe 7-8 years ago, but I really like it. I like how they, instead of just putting a bunch of boring chain shops, they instead decided to make this a bit of a kind of independent designers area. So it's mostly like smaller, yeah, independent shops. That coffee shop I just passed, they do the roasting in there, so you always have the smell of freshly roasted coffee beans here, which makes me crave a cup. This space is more like kind of flea market. It always changes. There's like different events here most of the time. Oh, nice little retro Nikon. What lens is that? The 1.4. So yeah, that's the end of this little street. Yeah, it wasn't live music, unfortunately. I will head down to Akihabara station and end the stream once I get there. Yeah, this place is called Nikkei Ryonmaru, which is actually the distance from here to Tokyo Station. Can we see a stadium at some point in the near future? I don't know. I don't know any stadium, and I have no intention to visit one anytime soon, so probably not. But if I happen to pass one, yeah, I might. Didn't we pass the Olympic Stadium in a previous stream? No, did we? I don't remember. Maybe. Not really. I mean, yeah, I was kinda around there, but I didn't really show the stadium. I don't think I was close to the stadium. Konnichiwa. I have a walking video from the Olympic Stadium from around there that I recorded like last summer, I think. Nihonへようこそ。ありがとうございます。12年前来ましたけど、ありがとうございます。Are you near Ueno? So I passed there earlier in the stream. Now I'm closer to Akihabara. I love these narrow streets. the number of people here as well is very, very low compared to what it used to be pre-pandemic. Because zero tourists. So you really feel it in those kind of areas like here or Asakusa or these places where there's usually a lot of tourists. There you can really feel that it's the number of people is very, very low. Number of people begins to increase slowly maybe, but as long as there's no tourists being allowed, I think it will keep this quiet, and most businesses here are probably suffering a lot. How long did it take you to learn and speak and read Japanese? Well, I studied for a year at a language school, and then I've been studying on my own since then as well. But my Japanese is not as good as it should be. Akihabara streets open to walkers now? What do you mean? It's always been open. Yeah, Akihabara and Ueno is super close. It's harder for you to speak, read or write Japanese. Writing is most difficult for me. Reading is okay as long as it's subjects that I'm relatively familiar with, but speaking is easiest. Have you ever been to other countries? Many. I mean, I'm European, so I traveled through most of Europe, obviously, throughout the years, and I've been to a handful of Asian countries as well as the US. I'm from Sweden. Someone asked where I'm from. Sweden. I'm not even sure why I'm waiting here. I'm not sure why I want to cross this street. Maybe just to give you a kind of nice view of the main street. There we go. Yeah, I'm heading towards the station. I know that shop, but no, I think I would get in trouble if I tried streaming from in there.エロ DVD 屋さんしか知らないの？あらら。 This is now a Japanese speaking only stream, I think. Oh really? Did I speak that much Japanese? I didn't even notice. I will try not to. But sometimes when my Japanese viewers ask me questions in Japanese, I try to answer them. Random mask question: are Japanese pita masks effective? I don't know. I think the whole effectiveness of masks is a pretty complicated matter. I don't know. Yes. Oh yes, Super Comet. This was the crossing from that print. That's true. Have you been to a maid cafe? I have, yeah. It's, I don't know, very weird. I don't get the point. One of the first jobs I did when I came to Japan was a feature story for a Swedish newspaper about all these various cafes that they have in Akihabara. So that time we visited a lot, which was quite interesting. But yeah, I don't think I would go if I had to pay for it with my own money. This is near the Sega 2 building. I'm not sure which one is number 1 and number 2, but yeah, there's a few Sega buildings near here. There's one Sega here. This one is still open. And then there's the one on the left side down here at the end of the street, and that one is was closed the end of last month. So I think it's I don't know if they already started tearing it down, but they will soon.今日歩行者天国じゃない。そうですね。多分まだちょっと早いかな。わかんない。ね、日曜日なのに歩行者天国がない。ちょっと不思議。So usually they close this the main street here is closed for traffic during the weekends, but not today. And I'm not sure why, to be honest, if that's something Corona related, that they don't want too much people to come here, or if it's something else. I really don't know.
Did you know we have delicious treats here? We recommend the kawaii omurice or our yummy birthdays. The maids are so happy to help you. Everyone is welcome in this magical place.
And this shop, the Tsukumo PC shop here, also closed last month. Probably, I don't know if it's because of the corona, but I guess so. Not enough customers. I'm sure the rents around here must be crazy expensive. So several months with fewer customers, and yeah, must be very challenging to survive. Anyway, I am close to the station and will finish this stream very soon. But thank you all for watching, and as I mentioned before, I will do a Patreon only stream later today. I will announce the exact time on Patreon as soon as I know. And yeah, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow evening again. So that's the plan. Almost 600 viewers. Yeah, wow, I didn't notice that it was that many. Oh well. Thanks a lot for today anyway, and see you next time. Bye bye, sayonara.